and do it all at a world-class level.
Well, and as such, he's the biggest betting favorite on the card tonight. Tail of the tape brought to you by VeChain, the official blockchain of UFC. Shavkat Rakhmonov is 29. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is a man. He is 40. 1 inch the gap in height. Both fighters coming in at the welterweight divisional limit, 171 pounds, 2 inches in reach for Kazakhstan's Shavkat Rakhmonov. All right, now for the intros back inside the buff.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 17 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of Simpsonville, South Carolina, presenting the number 6 ranked welterweight contender in the world, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, an undefeated mixed martial artist, holding a perfect professional record, 17 wins, no losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of Koshachal, Kazakhstan, presenting the number 5 ranked welterweight contender in the world, Shavkat Rakhmonov. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Final assignment of the night for the fleet of foot Jason Herzog. Brittany Palmer working her final UFC live event tonight. This welterweight featured bout is upon us. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Thompson in black, Rakhmonov is in blue.
One thing that Stephen Thompson does better than anyone is fight from a bladed stance using that front leg. He'll use it as a side kick, he uses it as a roundhouse kick, and he slides out of distance better than anybody. He's also really good at sliding leaning his waist back and then sliding back into with shots, whether it's punches or kicks.
It's just really hard to get a read on Wonderboy. You know, he's fights in such a traditional stance that if you allow for him to point fight you, you have no chance. So you have to make it a little dirty.
Well, Shavkat immediately has closed the distance and initiated the clinch, which is a success for him.
Yep.
Yeah,
this is big.
But we haven't seen many people take Wonderboy down. Even in that whole series with Tyron Woodley, it was very hard for him to get takedowns. Gilbert Burns had success taking Wonderboy down. But outside of that, nobody just pops into my mind as being able to take him down and control him effectively.
Belal Muhammad.
Belal did take him down quite a bit too, yes.
Tonight's social media posts are brought to you by Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, only in theaters December 22nd, rated PG-13.
I just did it. I just did exactly what Shavkat was talking about the other day. He said if he finishes Wonderboy, he should get a title fight because Belal doesn't finish people. And I went and forgot about one of my buddies who's on a phenomenal win streak and has earned his championship opportunity.
Rakhmonov was very focused on a game plan against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Not at all surprised to see him pursue the clinch here early. Nice knee to the body.
He's got his hands
Yep,
clenched.
they're locked. Wonderboy did a good job slipping that lock up over his hips, pulling him back into the clinch. Wonderboy's got to find a way to beat the left underhook of Shavkat. Until he does that, it'll be very difficult to escape this position. Notice Shavkat reaching all the way to the far hip, holding him in a seatbelt position.
Wonderboy told us this week he feels as fast and strong as he did at 35. You don't want to eat too many of those. Some have suggested maybe he's lost a step, but not much of one.
Well, we certainly didn't see it in the Kevin Holland fight. But in the Belal Muhammad fight, Belal had the best success in terms of being able to completely stifle that striking offense.
Kevin Holland just texted me and said, I took him down. So don't forget about Kevin Holland getting that takedown.
Well, Kevin Holland, unfortunately, made some sort of a gentleman's agreement with Wonderboy to stand up with him.
Yeah.
which probably had his coach Travis Luter going crazy.
Oh, good right hand from Rakhmonov.
Yeah, Wonder Boy is in a bad position here. Rakhmonov's doing it. Wow, good balance by Wonder Boy.
I mean, he's such a great athlete. You can see it in the way that he bounces and moves, how quickly he can change angles and mix up his attack.
Well, at the very least, what Rakhmonov is doing is draining the gas tank of Wonder Boy, because this is grueling. Fighting off this takedown. Jason Herzog might step in.
And unfamiliar.
He might separate these guys.
It was like the fight we watched earlier. If you fight a style that you're used to, you can do that all night long.
Yes.
Right? So if you're just out there striking with Wonder Boy, he could do that for 3 rounds, no problem. But when you start making him carry weight, making him wrestle, it doesn't matter how much time you spend in the gym trying to learn that skill. It's not natural to you.
Right. And it's just grueling. I mean, remember George St. Pierre, BJ Penn?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what George did. He just drained him. Drained him.
A guy like Shavkat that wrestles as long as he does, we can roll up the couch and wrestle.
Right.
If it's just wrestle.
Wonder Boy escaped. There we go. But he needs to hold the center of the octagon. There's a good kick to the body.
And what Wonder Boy does really well is counter strike. So if you get a little desperate, you start to overextend, he slides out of range and lands his counter strikes beautifully.
That was a solid left kick to the body by Wonder Boy.
And a good advance there as he lands the right hand over the top.
Now here's the question. How much did that drain Rakhmonov as well? I mean, it's not just Wonder Boy who is in a grueling exchange against the cage.
All right, 5 minutes in the can.
Here's another question.
Corner cam, excuse me. Save that thought. Brought to you by Prime Hydration, fastest growing beverage in history with only 25 calories, 0 added sugar, BCAAs, and electrolytes, now available at Walmart.
Here's the question. Who won that round? Because Rakhmonov controlled him up against the cage, but Wonder Boy landed the big strikes.
Right. How much credit given it to him?
If he starts pressing you, pull 1, 2, 1, 2. You understand.
Yep.
Listen, you got to let it go.
Good job. Remember, in the clinch, we got to get head position first. Good job of switching hips at the end. Okay. Excellent work. Good job of defending the high prop.
Work behind your jab. In the clinch, use your knees.
Да и коленями побольше в клинче.
Use your knees in the clinch.
Поверь в свои руки, у тебя мощь там сильная.
Believe in your hands, believe. Your boxing is better, let's go.
The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyright work is illegal and punishable under law. All right, Henry Hoof calling for knees in the clinch out of Rakhmonov. The corner also telling him to believe in his hands.
You ready? You ready?
But that's interesting instruction because that means he wants to clinch again.
Right.
So it means they don't like him fighting here. Because this is where Wonder Boy shines.
And these little blitzes.
But you see how he moved his head away? So he moves his head away and comes right back like a snake.
Vision, great vision. And that's spending a lifetime doing this, right? In those karate situations as a little boy. Fighting in kickboxing as an adult. Then into the UFC. He's done this for a lifetime. So he's developed great eyes.
Nice takedown defense. Nice knee to the body there by Rakhmonov, though.
That's big for Thompson, though, potentially. Back to the clinch we go. About ready to compound round 2.
Real big because he avoided a takedown in a very bad situation. But Rakhmonov did land a solid knee to the body there.
I don't know if there's been a striker that's done a better job of adapting their style to mixed martial arts in terms of still being able to strike, but defending takedowns so effectively. We have seen this guy in there with so many high-level wrestlers, and so few of them have had sustained success against him in the trade that they try to apply in the fight.
Well, really, Tyron Woodley had some of the best moments with him.
Well, he kept dropping it.
Yes.
Remember, Tyron was dropping him with his hands.
Yes.
But in terms of taking him down, it was always been so hard.
Yeah, he's a difficult guy to take down for sure. Which, all credit to Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah, and Gilbert.
Yes,
Those guys did
both those
great
guys.
job.
But a lot of experience accrued by Wonderboy even in those losses, and another training camp expecting this appears to have paid dividends.
Oh, he got him now. He got him now. Now he got him down. Let's see if Wonderboy can get back up.
Shavkat's got to keep height. Height is what wins these types of situations. The moment you allow your opponent to get their head and chest above yours is when it's hard to keep them down.
Shavkat is circling around behind him.
You try to drive him over that.
He's also grabbing that right arm. He's grabbing that right arm. He's going to handcuff him. So while he has control of that right arm, he's going to pull it behind his back, and he could also threaten with a Kimura.
Half a round here. Still to expire round 2. Not a good spot for Wonderboy Thompson.
Wonderboy's in a bad spot because that right arm pinned behind his back is terrible. This is terrible. And he has no strength from that position. And now it's even worse. And now he's working towards the choke.
Oh my goodness.
Masterful transition by Rakhmonov.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Wonderboy is stuck.
Oh man.
He's out.
Thompson survives.
Wow. Incredible.
Thompson vowed that he would not get finished tonight. 90 seconds to go round 2.
It's hard to imagine there's going to be a much tougher position than the one he was just in, because that was bad.
That was real bad. It was so close. And now he's got to be careful of the guillotine. Fought that off.
It's crazy to watch this, right? Because Wonderboy defended a submission. He defended some takedowns, but Shavkat is just slowly drowning him. He hasn't, Wonderboy hasn't won much of the fight, right?
He's slowly sinking his left arm underneath the right arm of Wonderboy and connecting them. Look what he's doing here.
Yep.
He's slowly working himself towards the Darce. Now he's got the back again. At the very least, dominant round for Shavkat.
Oh, he jumped on that choke again, and now he's on his back.
Now he's on his back.
Yep, the first time he didn't have a great angle. This time he's actually flat on his back.
He's got 10 seconds to survive here.
Oh, he taps!
He taps. Wow.
Shavkat Rakhmonov, 18-0. He becomes the first man to submit Wonderboy Thompson.
18-0, 18 finishes. No one has survived this man.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Stephen Thompson couldn't have been much more game, but eventually Rakhmonov is able to get the fight to his world, and he's got chokes.
How classy is Stephen Thompson, even in defeat?
Yeah.
Say congratulations, gave him a big hug. So here's the takedown. Trips him, gets on top, and from there transitions to using the handcuff with the right arm, gets the left arm under the chin, almost gets the rear naked choke, ground and pound with big elbows from the top, and then eventually takes the back. This time sinks that left arm under the chin and flattens him. Makes him carry his weight and just maximum leverage on that choke. And Wonderboy forced to tap with less than 10 seconds to go.
So Shavkat Rakhmonov, pay the man, 6-0 in the UFC, and once again living up to the hype here tonight. Well, Tuesdays, you know what it is. Catch up on all the latest MMA talk with DC and RC as Daniel Cormier trades barbs with Super Bowl champ Brian Clark. You can find the show on YouTube, ESPN Plus, and midnight Eastern on ESPN2. They usually have you read your own promos. They got me doing those tonight, champ.
Yeah, see, you're just a little better at it.
Come on. All right, the official decision brought to you by Bandai Namco's Tekken 8. Fist Meets Fate when the King of Fighting Games returns January 26th. Experience it on PlayStation 5. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jason Herzog has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 56 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by submission due to a rear naked choke, Shavkat Nomad Rakhmonov.